This Steve comes to us from our number one field reporter, Frank Williams. Welcome back, baby. Feel like you've been on vacation. Special delivery, Steve. What's up, family? Here's my Steve. Seen you and Andy are in a hotel room on Thursday night after a fire show in Schaumburg, and you guys decided to order Lou Malnati's pizza. Phone rings. Mr. Spears, your pizza order is downstairs. Okay, send him up. The guy comes up, and he is from Boston. Yo, I can't believe it's the Jew and the Drake. The coon's back, and the pizzeria will never believe who I ran into today. So do you mind if I have the both of you's pictures and autographs? You say, sure, no problem. Who do I make this out to? He says, yeah, to my brother, Bobby Patterson, and to me. He points to his name tag with a smile on his face, and you read, "Oh, Steve."
Spears and Steinberg.
You know what the it is?
Aries and Andy, chewing the jerk.
You know it's time to get this work.
The real raw, gutter, uncut, cold. No political corrections.
Always sleep.
Being awoke. We discuss politics and jokes.
Scribe, we lit.
There's levels to this. Before you was on your mama.
Aries Spears don't give a fuck.
We talk about race a lot, racism. Much love to my loyal bag holders.
Rollers, loaders.
We got them in the folders.
The whole world on our shoulders.
Spears and Steinberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't take no more vacations.
It's not bad.
No, but you know what I'm thinking?
You would have had to write it without any of the directions. You had to read it with no directions.
But also like a O'Malley. Like in Irish people, a lot of Irish Bostons, they're like O'Malleys.
Oh, Steve.
So, but then, I get Steve, but something with an O'Malley or something. Yeah, I don't know.
If you maybe we would have went O'Malley. Oh, Steve O'Malley.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. O'Malley. Oh, Steve O'Malley. That's what it is. And you're right, because I didn't pre-read it. I was trying to
you give
piece it together.
Direction with it.
Yeah.
So I thought I still think it was pretty good.
Yeah, Frank, we love you, man. But when you stay away too long, sometimes you forget how to do that jab step.
You know
baby.
what? You know what day is that they're watching this?
What?
Thursday, the 31st of October.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
There you go. Let's get to my girl. And by the way, Shamor, we still have not received the homework assignment from you. We got one from Cece. We got one from some new chick or some chick that's never written in before.
Some strange?
Pussy. Did I get that? Was that the alley-oop? Our girl AB. But we waiting on you, baby. Don't fail me now. CC. Finally, it's happened to me, and I just can't hide it. Finally, you got the love, the way to be the put the dove. All right. It's just chaos. Ben Carson and basketball talk. Hey, A&A. I can't believe somebody really tried to say that Ben Carson was a good person and or had good ideas. That would have been Mike Marino, the guy who I read last week, who gave me for saying, how dare I slander Ben Carson. Well, I'm glad CC wrote this. Since people love to rewrite history, here are just a few things he has said in the past. 1, Obamacare was worse than slavery. 2, Jews could have prevented the Holocaust if they had guns. 3, Muslims should be disqualified from being president. 4, there's no such thing as a war crime. And 5, slaves were immigrants, like we had a choice to come here. What the That's just a few, but I will add the PBS article link below if you and Andy want to read more. Real quick, politics. Aries and Andy, how do you feel about LeBron and Bronny James? I don't know if you've been keeping up or have been watching the game when they played together for 3 minutes. She puts in parentheses, joke. But a lot of people are saying LeBron manufactured his moment to play with Bronny. Can't lie, I'm a Lakers fan and all, but Bronny is ass. He is ranked the worst player in the league so far since preseason started. Anybody can see he is not ready for the NBA and should have stayed in college. To make it worse, the game LeBron and Bronny played together, LeBron passed the ball to Bronny, who had a wide open shot and he missed it, LOL. Scored 0 points. Bronny can't make a shot to save his life. Would love to hear y'all talk about the Lakers, a.k.a. La Daddy Daycare. Y'all be safe and keep making that money on the road.
Dude, La Daddy Daycare is like one of the best things I've heard.
What do you feel about the Ben Carson stuff and the Jews and the guns?
You know, if we're going...
I knew there was something about that dude, man. He's loony.
Listen, he's a successful doctor. He did a lot. I don't know. I can't give you everything he did. I wouldn't want to be judged by my worst quotes. But yeah, man, I mean, I can't say anything. I'm out of this one. I don't know that much about Ben Carson, to be honest. I really don't know that much about him. I know more
based on those quotes.
Yeah, you know, people say weird. He said some weird. People have weird ideas.
Obamacare worse than slavery? What the does that even mean?
Well, here's the thing with that. And I'll wait.
Yeah, this calling me. It's my baby mama. Go ahead.
He was a doctor. He took it very personally about what Obamacare did to him as a doctor. And listen, this is where people get confused with me. I'm not agreeing with the statement. I'm trying to understand why someone would say that. He was a doctor. He was affected by Obamacare, and this is what he said. That was his reaction. Am I saying that it's the right reaction? No. I'm just trying to put it in perspective so I can understand why someone would say that.
Yeah.
That's all. That it's not that I agree. I'm trying to understand it.
Do you think there's any validity to some of the stupidity? Like the Jews and the guns thing, they could have prevented the Holocaust if they had guns?
Well, again, not agreeing with it, understanding what someone's trying to say. If he's conservative, which he was conservative, and he was pro guns, and people are saying that we need to get rid of guns, he could say like this group that was annihilated, that had suffered the Holocaust, if they would have had guns, that they could have possibly prevented some of that from happening, or at least be able to defend themselves. There is an argument for that. I'm not saying that I think that that's simplification of what he just said.
Simplification.
Thank you, because I couldn't say it. I think that's the truth. It's oversimplified, but yeah, I can understand you're trying to make a point. You say something. Is that the complete context he said it? I don't know. So I'm not really making a comment on it, but I can understand where some of these things have some validity in someone's mind when they're trying to make a point. Is that the best things to say? No, I don't think it is. But I don't really know what the quotes are. I don't know where it came from. But if you just take it at face value, yeah, it's some craziness. But you agree though that, like, if you're a doctor and then something like Obamacare comes out and you're affected by it, that you might say something completely off the wall like that?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, look up the atrocities of slavery, and then let's see what how Obamacare comes close to that.
Well, that's why I'm saying is this a little hyperbolic, like he's trying to make a dramatic point. Is that what?
Well, then he wins the Oscar.
Yeah, but I don't know, and so I don't really like. I can't.
So really yes, Mike Marino, I'm not out of here.
But to disqualify him, but I guess the point is that somebody might be making, the point I was making for you is when you say, I'm going with the person that looks like me, and then you have someone that looks like you, there's more to it. And that's what I was trying to get you to say. And you did say it. You go, if they looked at me, if they looked like me and they would benefit me, then that would be something I would go for. That was the point that I was trying to get to.
Bronny's going to the G League, right?
He's going part-time though. They're only this LeBron catering. I like, what did she call it?
The Daddy Daycare.
And I think it should be called Lakers catering business, because they're all, or LeBron catering business, because Lakers are now catering to everything LeBron wants.
Yeah.
To say that no one gets put in the G League in intermittent places. Like on Thursday, he's going to be in the G League, but we're going to have him back here on Tuesday. And there's a reason why that is. And LeBron
nepotism at its finest.
But you know what? Listen, I love the idea that someone was able to maintain their health and be able to play their longevity, to be able to play basketball. This is not an easy sport on the knees, and to be running down court and jumping up and down and at his weight. I mean, he's not a small man. He's a big guy. LeBron is a full-size man, and those knees take the beating, and he was able to outlast that to his son, was old enough to play in the league. Now, to her point, should he be in the league? That's another story. But they had a few games. They played some games together. It's a fun story. Well, this story and this is the thing. 50 years from now, are we going to remember that Bronny James was rated the worst player in the NBA? Are we going to say, hey, LeBron James and his son played in the NBA 50 years from now in the record
This
books?
is a great story. If his son plays and he's spectacular, and then they win a championship together, that's a great story. But to just you got your son in as the 55th pick. He's not good enough. He's not ready. He's going to the G League. You brought a circus to town. And listen, if you're the Bronze family, if you're Savannah, the wife, I don't know what the rest of his kids' names are, but the daughter, the other son, for the James family, this is a great moment. But come on, man, for basketball purists, how could you?
I can't go 100% on this because there's other teams who were interested in Bronny James. Maybe because they thought they could get LeBron.
That's why.
Maybe, but there was other teams who were interested in him. And let's be honest, from the picks after basically, I'm not going to say all the picks, but when we get to the upper 40s, a lot of those guys aren't going to make the team. A lot of them are going to be sent down to the G League to develop and then maybe brought up later. A lot of the guys are in that situation. So we could say that he's the worst in the NBA, but some of those guys have already been sent down to the G League. They didn't make the team. So,
but he did
because yes, it is because of his dad, and because he wanted to play with him. And if this and the Lakers aren't doing bad, so they have Bronny and LeBron is happy. And if you're keeping LeBron happy because he's your best player and he's still the best player on the team, then that's what you do.
Is he the best player still in the league?
LeBron?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't been the best player for a long time, I don't think.
Who has? Steph Curry?
I don't know. Steph is, he's...
Who won the championship last year? I don't even know.
I don't even remember who won the championship last year. I don't know. But I don't remember everybody's name either, so that has nothing to do
Who
with
he
it.
play for? Trevor Bass, 614, Andy's Privilege and Ignorance. What's up, guys? I'm listening to episode 614, and the argument why Aries is sticking with his own when it comes to this presidential election while responding to the emailer's questions. Andy, I understand what you are trying to do. You want Aries to look beyond race when it comes to his vote. Does Vice President Harris work in his best interest? And why not vote for a black Republican candidate that might be a better fit? Your heart is in the right place, but your privilege has you calling Aries a hypocrite, which he did not deserve. I like this nigga. It also shows what it's like talking to white people and those who call themselves allies. When discussing race, politics, and the trifled humanity of African Americans that gets especially trampled over, you have the privilege to consider politics during elections. Aries and myself have to consider our humanity and who is least likely to hurt us and throw us back into literal or proverbial chains. Again, I know what you're saying, and those things matter, but you are a white, passing biracial man telling a black American, African American to see the world your way. That's impossible. Y'all don't navigate the society the same and have different conversations with your children. Not once are you explaining to them how their skin color can get them killed, profiled, or disenfranchised. Aries has, and so yeah. He's voting for the person that looks like him because at least if she's going to him over, she'll at least have the decency to look him in the eye when she does it, and it won't be based on the color of his skin. And for the record, I often like to be looked directly in my eye when I'm being over, especially and/or. Andy, you mean well, and I see it. So does Aries. We wish we could all have the freedom and liberty to consider politics like you do. However, you don't get to call him and every other black Americans hypocrites. You have the unfortunate reality of voting for the black Democrat candidate simply because they're black. Your privilege exposes your ignorance to what it means to be black in America in general, but especially during elections. Regards.
See, I want to comment on it, and at the same time, I want to not comment on it because of one of the things he said in there. And I know he's not listening to the podcast.
Well, yeah, he might be.
No, because what did he say in there? He said, what did he say there about the ally thing? What do I say on this podcast all the time?
Tell me.
I'm not your ally. I'm not trying to be the ally to the black people. I'm not. That's not my job. Your job is to do well for black folks. My job is to hold the other side accountable. And that's all I do. So when you bring up the ally thing, when I'm trying to be an ally, I think is what he said. That's where I realized that people aren't listening.
Well, listen, I've said I don't have the brain power and capacity to always articulate what it is I'm trying to get across. But that was exactly it. The part where he goes, like, dude, you have the luxury of being able to go, well, I'm going to vote for this person for the right reasons. A lot of times we don't.
I understand what you're saying. And then he tried to say that I didn't understand that. My point, I didn't call you out for being a hypocrite because of the right reasons. I called you out for being a hypocrite because you didn't. I asked you, would you vote for the black man if he was on the other side? Because you said, I'm voting for someone because they look like me. My question was, that person on the other side looks like you. Would you vote for them? And when you couldn't answer it, that's when I said.
But we fixed it. I said I would if they had.
And I agreed with you. And
Yeah.
then he sent this in. I understood the whole time. I'm not trying to tell you that I understand all black things. I step back when I don't understand. This wasn't about black life. This was about someone saying, I'm voting for her because she's black. He's voting for her. If he would have said, I'm voting for her because she's black and she's a Democrat and I fall into those policies where I feel more comfortable with those, I would have stopped. But he didn't say that. He said, because she's black. And I'm going to go a step further, and I never called you out for this, but I'll go a step further. When she was running with Joe Biden, and I said she's black, you brought up the fact, is she? You said that. When I talked about Cardi B being black, you go, she's Puerto Rican, or she's Dominican. I think you said she's Dominican. Mm-hmm. So you have a different specification when someone's black and when someone's not.
Well, no. But Cardi B is Hispanic. She's not black.
When she walks down the street, when you do your joke about being Jamaican and a racist cop's gun is pointed into your face, is she black or is she Dominican?
No, but listen, I know there are Hispanics, Dominicans, Cubans, whatever, that can look as dark as me. But she clearly looks Hispanic. She doesn't look black at all.
To that cop, what does she look like?
And
let me say this again to you. Why does she look that way?
I know.
Because she is African and and from that region.
Okay, but I can't.
Just like Puerto Ricans are.
I can't recall. I can't recall the last time I saw footage of a Hispanic person being shot and killed by the police. It's always us.
Dude, this is where we get into it.
We don't have to get into it, but I'm just saying. Would you, Ahmaud Arbery, we could go through the list. Mike Brown, Freddie Gray, Trayvon Martin.
Let me ask you this question.
Wait. Trayvon Martin. Where's Freddie Dominguez?
Let me help you out.
Where is Rodriguez? Where's Velez?
Let me ask you this, and let me ask you this. But you know there have been, right?
Of course.
Okay, wait. And so you know white people have been killed too, right? Do you know white people have?
Yeah.
Just say, you could say of course again.
Yeah.
Why aren't they in the press? Dude, I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes I'll empathize. I'll look at your side. I'll agree with you. I'll also try to do things to get some things said on this podcast. But if you're not seeing that there's some culpability in the media that wants you to believe certain things, then you're crazy too.
Yeah, because there's just a long list of white mothers crying at funerals.
I don't want to do the numbers.
Let's not. But we know. Because believe me, when white people scream, y'all's voices get heard more than us. So if there was a throng of white mothers crying at funerals, we would know about it.
I'm going to pull up the numbers for you, and I'm going to give them to you next podcast.
Okay. Let's move on.
Okay.
Gabatron 88. Black serial killers. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, as of 2020, there were approximately 465,200 African-American inmates in state and federal prisons. A few episodes ago, y'all mentioned black serial killers. Oh my God. I just ate all the black serial killers, and now they're coming up because they're killing the inside of me and escaping. You mentioned black serial killers that we might not know about. What we do know is that there has to be a few thousand of those 465,200 that are wrongfully incarcerated. Some even sentenced to death years prior for matching the profile, leaving serial killers loose as their victims have had their cases closed when someone goes to prison. What if for every 10 deaths, one serial killer went to prison? How many innocent inmates would be let out of prison? How many black people would be left in prison? To Andy, I'm asking this without counting the Brown numbers, which I could assume are up there too, but it's harder to get accurately. Sorry for the long email. It wasn't as long when I started, but I'm a grower, not a shower. Gabatron 88.
I don't really understand
His question?
Yeah, it was a very long question. A few episodes ago you mentioned killers. Yeah, there's a lot of incarcerated people that have been wrongfully accused. I guess that's the answer. I don't know what the numbers are. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are. But I also, when you said serial killers, and then this is going to cause more controversy, and it's not my intent to be controversial. What's a serial killer?
That murders a bowl of Frosted Flakes in 30 seconds.
Because they're great.
I'll say
it. If we define what a serial killer is, a person who kills multiple people, usually people that they don't know, and are just on for killing. If you don't, there are certain sections of people that do have killed people in areas, and I think that they classify black people differently because they killed people that they don't really know, and they'll say, "Oh, they're gang members instead of serial killers."
Right.
Like I said, underserved populations, I don't know that they put the time and the effort in to finding out if there's actually a serial killer in their area. They're killers. There's killers in that neighborhood, so that's just what it is. So that was one thing, but that's not what he's saying. I think he's saying that they just accuse black people of being the serial killer. I don't know that we. By the profiling that's done, they assume most serial killers are white, so I don't know that they're being profiled as the serial killer. If I'm understanding his question, so I'm a little confused by the question. If you want to shorten it up a little bit and maybe redo it, I'll answer it better. But I really can't because I'm not 100% sure what you're on.
So I put the clit in the air and got somebody to meet me on the roof, like Commissioner Gordon. Our white girl who made the mugs and for us, yeah. Beth Spies. Can women be dirty? Every woman is different, but I think, yes, women can be as dirty as men. Yes, women can cheat. Personally, I have never cheated, but thought about it. I am open to try new and different things as long as when I want to try something, my partner is willing to do the same. It's a two-way street. Also, I think it's good to at least try something out of your comfort zone. That way you will know what you like and don't like. Much love, Beth. You know, Beth, you know what I love about this is the fact that you said you are open to different things and ideas. How would you like to be the Eiffel in our tower?
What I thought she was going to say when she said, I've never cheated, and then she said, but I'm open. I thought about it, but I am open after that. I thought about it.
I thought about it. I am open to try new.
Yeah, when she goes, I thought about it, but I'm open to doing it, is what I thought it was going to say.
Right.
But it was, yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense.
Listen, Beth, here's the good news. If you agree to be the Eiffel in me and Andy's tower, you're going to get warm drops of cheesesteak juice on your back. Because when we high-five the cheesesteaks, you're going to get all kinds of onion and juice and sirloin steak juice dripping all on your back, and we will gladly lick it off.
I don't know if I'm going to get permission to lick it off. I think I might be able to get permission for like the blowjob part. She can suck my...
Oh, okay.
I got.
So you've already positioned yourself. You get in the bed.
I got to say that I think that's the only way I could sell this to Tara.
Right.
That would be it.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I'm going to get permission. I'm saying that if we were to attempt this, that would be the best that I think I could go contract wise. Remember, my girl's a lawyer. This
right.
contract wise, I think that's the best I could get.
So, but just so we clear this up, are you getting the head or are you taking the rear?
No, I'm getting head.
So I'm gonna take the rear.
Yeah, because I think she could. If it wasn't, I think I could. I think I might be able to say, hey, it's for the pot.
Ooh wee, Perry, suck me pee pee.
And I'm not really. You know, I'm just there.
Got you. All right.
I might not be able to move. I might have to do that. What do they call that? That the Mormons do soaking.
Soaking. What is that?
Soaking. You don't know what that is?
No.
Soaking's where they don't actually have. They'll get and the man will put his in, and then his friend will jump on top of the bed so the bed moves, but they're not actually doing the moving.
But his is in her?
Yeah.
And he jumps on the bed?
His friend will jump on the bed, or her friend, so that the
That
bed's
is
moving.
the goofiest
So that
I've ever heard of.
you're not doing this, you're not having this actual, it's just the bed's moving.
And what's the point of this?
I guess you still get off, though.
Some white folks started that.
Well, it's Mormon.
White folks.
Well, I'm sure there's black Mormons, but yeah.
Nah, son.
There's no black Mormons?
There's no black Mormons.
You don't want to wear special underwear?
Nah, son. Ain't no. Yo, I'm gonna jump on the bed. Or you put your in this woman, and you don't. You gonna get the most blackest response ever. Shit.
They can do it, Mormons, because that's not technically. losing
See,
your
again,
virginity.
that's white thinking.
I'm just telling you what it is.
Midori Evans. Are women as freaky as men? Hey, Aries and Uncle Andy, just listened to Wednesday's episode, and I'm meeting Big Daddy on the roof. Ooh, baby, you just made my sin move. I don't want to speak for all women, so I'll speak for myself. I will try everything sexually just once. If I like it, I'll continue to do it. If I don't, at least I can say I tried it. I like a partner that I can explore with and test boundaries. I cannot be with someone who doesn't pique my sexual interest. Women cheat, they just do it better. Love the both of you. The both of yous. Hopeful badge holder from Philly. Hey, Midori, you know we're gonna be in Philly.
You're trying to sell this.
on December 19th through the 22nd. You know, they got Geno's, they got Paps, they got Ishkabibbles, D'Alessandro's. You could have whatever cheesesteak you like.
John's roast pork.
John's roast pork, whatever you want, I'll pay for it. Just remember you said, and I'm going to whip it out like a contract, you are open to trying everything just once. I would love to put you in Eiffel Tower and stick my baguette in your baguette.
See, you have, and usually you're on point, but you want to stick your
Baguette.
prime rib into her baguette. It's a sandwich, man. The bread is the baguette. The prime rib is the meat.
I'm so over this idea. I'm not thinking straight. Our girl AB. Me so. Hey, Big Daddies. As per the call to the badge holders, I proudly fling my beautiful into the air as I open my legs and thrust my hips up to meet my favorite. Man, do you see, son? Like, I feel like a proud pimp. All my is out on the stroll, got their little swagger walk. They getting all this money for daddies, all this. I'm proud of these.
It's unfortunate though, but I can see it. What she described.
Yes.
Like there's a hanging off the roof on a cord, and it's just out of her reach, but she has to arch back, bend over, and it just touches it.
It just meets it.
Just enough.
Oh.
See, this is why we have to have the OnlyFans with the girls behind us.
I don't know what kind of logic your man brain allows you to have, but yes, us women do get and we do enjoy the act of sex and making love. There is a difference. Yes, it's true. Some women are reserved sexually for a host of many reasons. However, the ultimate is when we actually like you. The real beauty is when a woman is fully aware of her body, what brings her pleasure. I hope that my feedback provides some insight into the mind of a XX chromosome. Until next time, peace out. Thanks for the shout. Much love always, Miss A.B.
Yeah, and see, I love this because that's what I was trying to say. Yes, they're sexual. They do all the, but if they can have both,
right,
the connection is stronger.
Shit, I felt like I was reading a paperback romance novel from the supermarket.
Are you on the cover?
Yeah, with Fabio hair, nigga.
And steak juice just dripping down your
Man,
little onions and cheese whiz.
Cheese whiz, son. Oh, Jesus.
That's your cover. That's your romance novel cover. While you're wearing your Yankees hat.
Exactly. Damn, somebody else wrote in. I'm trying to find it about some serial killers, and he gave some specifics to some names. Me.
Oh, while you're looking for that, I'll say, and someone's wrote into, I don't know if it was to me or to us, but when they're talking about the musicals and not liking a musical, one of the ones that came up was the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Did you ever see that?
No.
I did.
I never wanted to.
Why?
It just looks scary and weird.
No, it's pretty funny, and I went because people go and they do.
They perform. Yeah.
And it's an event, man. I've been to it several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny to watch.
It felt like you got to be on some sort of a narcotic.
When you're
to
young,
enjoy that.
When you're young, and it's a midnight show, and so there's something to go do at midnight, and everybody's and the people that are into it are really into it. So it's fun to watch. It's the movie, it's the performance. It's the interaction with people would bring squirt bottles and do other things so that the raining scenes, they would squirt the squirt bottles so you feel like it's raining in the theater.
Listen, man, I know I get called a racist a lot. And I know that's from the people that don't know me. They just maybe see certain things I say in interviews or clips on social media, and they think I hate white people. I really envy you because like I've always said, there's a little white in me. But I know my culture. And I know that there are exceptions to the rule, and there are some black people who deeply dive into a lot of things that white people do. But real hardcore, collard green eating, licking hot sauce off their fingertips, licking where they ears, ain't doing that shit. But the Leroy Furiouses, there are certain black people who skateboard, go to Comic-Con dressed up. There's some black girls' asses as flat as notebook paper. But that's not the norm. I'm saying all that to say, Rocky Horror Picture Show, that's white. I'm not doing that. I might do certain things that white people do, but that's goofy white.
You went skydiving, dude.
Hey, man, listen, that was a thrill. Listen, as a kid, when I would go to events and see to be suspended in 10,000 feet of nothing, I always wanted to scratch that itch. But here's the difference. White people need to scratch it every other week. I scratched it once. I'm done. I'm not flirting with death like that. So I want to go deep sea scuba diving, because to be under a world immersed of colors and tropical fish and what do you call that? Like, they're not fish, they don't move, but they're colorful reefs or...
Oh, yeah, the reefs, yeah.
The reefs, the fish, the wild, that's fascinating to me.
Yeah, the coral reefs. Yeah.
I'll do it once, and that's it. I scratch my white itch. I'm done.
Okay, the reason it's funny that you just said that is I saw something today on social media where this diver was diving, and it's this woman, and this shark... She thinks the shark is coming at her, but the shark comes at her and then turns. And she was scared, but when it was coming at her, she was scared, but then it turned, and then it just started swimming around her in a circle. And so she kind of, I would have freaked out if it was freeing her. But she just kind of looked at the shark, and then the shark, she got closer to it, and then she felt like some connection that she was having with the shark, and she realized the shark had a hook in its mouth. And she had to actually, this is the first time this is happening, right? This isn't like I've gotten to know sharks and I'm a shark person and now I'm in tune to the shark. Just gets to the shark and puts her hand in the shark's mouth and takes the hook out. And then she said after she did that, other sharks started coming up to her. And over these period of 20 years.
Now she's the shark whisperer.
Yeah, over these 20 years, she has this thing of I forgot how many hundreds of hooks that she's taken out of sharks' mouths. Very nice, very kind. Awesome. Good go for you. No. Not happening.
Let me tell you something. White people's love for danger and animals. It's if white people loved us the way they love animals, wild animals and death situations, man, we could be one big kumbaya like a... But I'm I'm telling, I don't know what it is in white people. They love animals and wild beasts and the possibility of dying. Dude, have you ever seen the footage or those pictures where apparently, I guess this is a thing for some people. Yo, you go in the caves and the tunnels.
Yeah.
Where you could barely
Caving.
move. Caving, that's what that's called. Mm-hmm. Ain't a in history doing that. Ain't a in it. There's some people in the comments go, yo, you know, I'm almost dying from just watching this. And some dudes die because they get stuck.
Yeah, they get stuck.
Why would you do this?
And it's dark. You can't see necessarily what's on
Why
the
would
other
you
side.
do this?
You know, I don't want to do...
Remix. Why would you do this?
If I can't see what's the other side, I'm not going to stick my head and try to
Come
go through
on, man. There's no reason for it.
Yeah.
The only motivating factor would be, and this is still a slim maybe, yo, at the end of this tunnel, at the end of your caving, there's a pot of gold worth $1 trillion. And even then, you can't see. It's tight. You could get stuck. To die in that position. Come on, B.
Well, you're supposed to go with other people, but there's people who've gone by
I
themselves.
want to go with a rescue squad. I got to go with a full rescue squad.
I had friends in high school that went caving. They did shit like that. I don't know if they ever gotten that tight, but there's some that you have to walk around and it's really tight. No, that's not for me.
Oh,
I never went. I never went and did that.
Oh.
I would like to go rock climbing though, but not on something not on something that looks treacherous.
You know something I would like to do, but I would just be so scared. I think my knees would turn into jelly and I would just faint. I would love to jump off a skyscraper with a parachute.
Yeah, you'd want to do one of those?
Yeah, dude.
I don't think I do.
And what's crazy is I jumped from 10,000 feet, but there's nothing. Whereas you're looking at buildings, cars, proximity.
And those are different kind of parachutes. They're smaller. You come down a lot faster because you have to navigate the city.
Yeah, dude.
You do, and if you don't navigate the city, you're hooked on a building. Just
oh, dude, yeah.
No, thank you.
Dan Menendez, Lincoln lawyer. Hey, Aries and Andy, third time writing in. This one is short and sweet. Please watch Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix. I think you guys will really like it. All 3 seasons are out, so grab your chips, make a huge sandwich, and let it rip. Speaking of let it rip.
No. Come on, man.
Just a bit outside. Cleveland, it's been a while, Andy.
Yeah, no, I liked it. It's
been a while.
So I do want to see it.
Okay, hold on. Look, I missed your last Toronto show because my wife had just given birth. Can't wait for you guys to come back. Please let me know when. Keep up the fantastic work and amazing content. Truly, my #1 pod. Peace and love, D. Menendez.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, I think in February of next year. Same theater.
If I don't get killed from this E. coli, that
there's nothing
out.
here. Look, there's nothing. Yeah. It's nothing.
Yeah, that's what you say. You like yours. I want to see that Lincoln Lawyer. I didn't even know about it, and then I saw it.
Back in now.
Is it fine?
It's fine. That's based off the movie that Matthew McConaughey did. Yeah.
And I would like to see it. I saw a preview for this last season, I guess, that's come out, and I was like, damn, I didn't know. I want to watch it.
God, I wish I could find one about the serial killers.
You probably farted on it and disappeared.
Nah, the killers would have killed it. No, that's too long. Man,
you got time for the long
one? Save that for some. I'm trying to keep it fun and cute.
Is this one not fun?
Nah, it's just long. G. D'Ambrosio at web.d. The German, Italian, American, the last man on earth. Hey, what's up, ANA? First time emailer. My name is Gianni, and I'm barbarian from Germany. Wie das Schnitzel. I don't even know if that's German.
Yeah, that sounds German.
First of all, I want to give the both of yous props for the pod. I'm not a one-day listener, but I catch up like a tomato, fam. I love your chemistry, and it's interesting when y'all discuss politics. So you see, some people like when we discuss politics. And internal U.S. topics, too. Not to mention that you're funny as hell, especially the impressions of Tony Soprano and Randy Savage gets me every time.
By the way, that Tony Soprano on the road even has really like cemented. And you hear that yelled out every week now.
Yeah, but I'm still not getting them.
Yeah,
when I
but
do it, you know what I mean?
Sometimes I think people are so impressed with it, they don't even know what to do with it.
Hey, yo, Macho Man, do me a favor. Shuck my. Ooh, I'm gonna take my time. Testicles. All right. Aries, I'm a follower of your stuff since Mad TV, and I've been watching clips, shows, and interviews on YouTube, and especially the sketch you did with DMX's Mama X was such a masterpiece. Back in the day, and so funny to this day. The role you had in Jerry Maguire was cool too. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep in your ass, no diddy. Or like we say in Germany, in the Arschenkreischen. Which means to suck up to someone, but it felt like to me it said in your ass.
Yeah, it did.
but these kids don't know, man. And yeah, MJ is the GOAT. I was listening to the 615 Spolowski ep where y'all talked about being the last man on Earth topic, and I was wondering if you ever watched the series The Last Man on Earth with Will Forte.
Yeah.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's so funny and filled with a few celebs like Will Ferrell, who got short appearances. Also, it's interesting that the show was made in 2015, 2018, before the pandemic, but is filled with a few parallels to it. Sadly, they stopped the production and it ended after season 4. Very abrupt and unsatisfactory. I know it's probably difficult because it's not enough clientele and demand in Germany, but I wish I could see you live on stage one day. Maybe I have to travel to the States again before you do a show in Germany. Sorry for the long mail. Keep up the good work. Salute from Germany, and God bless you both, Gianni. I think, I announced once upon a time ago that Germany, I think, is one of the spots that Andy and I are supposed to come to in February. Oh my God!
Not again.
No, when we do the European leg. So I've never been to Germany.
You want some water?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I've never been to Germany. I'm curious about any place I've never been. What's the big thing in Germany? Like, what's are they known for?
Holocaust. I'm sorry, man.
We make the greatest ovens in the world.
Bosch, you set
is
up.
Bosch?
Bosch is an electronics company. They make really good. They make ovens, but they also make seriously. They make dishwashers. I have a dishwasher.
Right.
Best. Their
We
product.
use them to clean the uniforms of the prisoners.
Their designs are some of the best designs.
Right.
Their architecture is supposed to be some of the most amazing. So yes, I've never been there.
What are they known for cuisine wise?
Like
Schnitzel, right?
Schnitzel. So, yeah, but I'm sure they're known for other things. They're very. Everything about Germany, as far as I know, and I've never been there, is like everything's very clean, simple, but great. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Just the simplest but great. They don't. It's not no frills.
Right.
That's why the comedy took a long time to really develop there because I don't think that sarcasm is something that is the way that we use sarcasm here is part of the culturally wasn't part of their culture for a long time. Right. So I think Germany's just very interesting. I've never been there. From what I understand about it, interesting. I would like to know. I would like to go there. I'd like to know more.
What's German like, man?
Well, I don't know who you like as far as women. I don't know if you like the old models from the 80s and early 90s, but Claudia Schiffer is German.
Oh, really?
And Claudia Schiffer at that time was she was one of the ones.
I remember when we lived in our house in New Jersey off 303 Birchwood Court in North Brunswick Manor. In our closet, my dad would try to hide some of his naughty shit. And I remember I saw a picture of a German. She was named Helga. Man, she had big, man. She was blonde with big. My dad's son was,
He liked blondes with big.
He just like,
Blondes with big titties were okay, or just big.
Just whatever, nigga. I get it from my pops, nigga. This nigga.
You're the king of extra. Big ass, big thighs. I want when we go out to eat, he needs extra sauces, extra ketchups, extra. It's always extra.
I go hard in the paint, nigga.
It's always
I go hard in the paint, son. I'm like Shaq in his prime. Give me the ball, man.
Give me 2 balls. Give me 3.
No, I don't need 2 or 3. I just need 1. Just everybody clear the out. Let me do my wake. Last one. Alan Green, Spearsburg podcast. What's up, fellas? It's been a while since I've written in, but hey, I'm here now. Man, y'all two get heated. Man, when y'all get heated and debate, especially when the politics get involved, I immediately question, why are mommy and daddy fighting? To be clear, I don't like that.
Funny though.
To be clear, Aries in this scenario would be the mom because the reactions are out of emotions. You.
Oh, here we go.
And Andy would be the dad who asks questions from a logical standpoint. Aries just keeps reading before you. Aries, just keep reading before you cuss me out. When these topics come up, I wholeheartedly see both sides of your standpoints. And as I'm listening in my car, I'm often shouting at the both of y'all's. But I think that just comes from a true fan of the podcast who's been a long time listener. It's a genuinely great podcast, and I'm not a huge political guy myself, but hey, I also don't do regular physicals. Neither did John Wayne or John Candy. They turned out fine. Did they? On a more serious note, though, Joker 2 was an amazing sequel. Oh, this guy. I told you, there's always one, man.
I told you it wasn't that bad, though, but come on, let's go. Let's go.
It just slightly compares to the immaculate film Brawl in Cell Block 99. I know you trolling, dude. Which also has an animated intro, much like Grease. Peace, y'all. Come on, son.
Dude, there's a story. There's a story there. Could you? Okay, let me ask you this. Take the story, remove the musical. Do you see the movie, though? Do you see it? Can you see the movie?
Yeah,
like
but that's a big thing. Remove the musical.
I know, but
That's the problem. You're removing the problem. Now we got a movie.
But that's what I'm just saying. There was a lot in that movie. There could have been a lot there if it was done the way that the original one was
You
done.
remove the boogers, you got clarity in your nose. you can breathe.
I'm just saying that the story was good. There was a good story there. I just wish they would have done the story.
Yeah.
I have a hard time having my comic book mixed with a musical.
But you have a hard time with your comic book mixed with gay.
You know,
I want my comics without a side of gay.
no, that's not true because I really like SNLs when they used to have the ambiguous
But that's
superhero.
funny for a
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, that's funny. But what I'm just saying is that was funny. It can be funny. This was just it's just such it's such a leap.
A gay leap. A pirouette leap.
Okay. But the story was there. It was disappointing. That's the part about. I'm not going to say I get the story. I saw everything there. It's not the way that I wanted that meal served.
Exactly, son. You know what I mean?
So, but I think he's being kind of joking about it. He probably doesn't like Cell Block 99 either. He's just
He
saying,
sounded pretty convincing to me.
that's Cell Block 99, man. I'm sorry, but there's people that really do like that movie.
Dude, that is, listen,
Hey,
it was subjective. There are crazy people out there, dude.
dude, I'm telling you, when I would watch the Menendez brothers, The Monsters, and he shoots her in the hand, and I start laughing at it every time I laugh because it reminds me of the Cell Block 99.
But you know what? I've never seen a hand be shot off, but I would imagine that if you took a shotgun and shot a hand, it might do that.
It might, but it just reminds me of that of the Cell Block 99. I can't help it. I keep seeing that every time.
Oh, what a horrible movie. Leroy, right? He recommended that.
Yeah, but and just to say this, I can't give the Menendez brothers that because they hadn't seen Cell Block 99, so this was that was all on their own. They're gonna get out though.
You think they should?
I don't know. That's not.
If they got out and lived next to you, would you be all right?
Yeah, I don't think that. Let me say it this way. Their family believes in them. They're going to be living with their family, I guess, when they get out.
But do you think that after 30-something years, like they're gonna, like when OJ got acquitted, he was harassed. People would yell murderer.
Come on, yeah, they're going to be harassed.
You think the Menendez brothers, after 35 years?
I still think people who believe that they should be in jail forever. Which
No.
people will say some things to them. Yeah, people will say things. It'll still happen, but there's people that really listen. Before our emotional side of us has really come out, this way leaning emotional problem that we have, and I think it's overly emotional in this country. That's okay. But before that, and then before Netflix, and before all that, those guys would just sit in prison. No one would say shit, and they had already went through and used up all their challenges, all the things that they could do. They would just sit there. We're in a different kind of time, so yes, there's people that are going to run and defend them and say that this is what it is. And I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying that they're right. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I don't know. But apparently they're model prisoners. They did everything that they were supposed to do. They're 35 years in jail now. Mm-hmm. There's people that kill multiple people and not doing 35 years. Now, does that mean that it's right either way? No. But I mean, in context, you have to look at it and go, well, 35 years. Is a long time. Now, people are going to say he reloaded the shotgun. But I'm telling you, if you're physically abused, if you're mentally abused, that's what that crime looked like. A crime of extreme passion, where you're angry, mad, sad, but you do that to someone that is close to you. You don't do that to just a regular person. So I understand the reasons for people going back and forth on this, and I understand what people are saying. But it's hard because they did kill their parents. They did do it, and everybody knows it. What kind of life do you have after that? I don't know. I don't know.
This is how sick our society is. And when they get out, they're going to get some weird coming at them. There's going to be two girls that'll be like, we want to y'all, but we want to both, me and my girlfriend, we want to dress up like your mother and your father.
It's crazy, but it's probably true.
I'm telling you.
Have you seen what they look like now?
Oh, yeah, the Menendez brothers. Yeah.
One's bald.
Yeah.
The one that was, and the other one looks normal.
They be like, we want you to bust in the room, and is your shotgun, and we want you to pump it twice, and then plow it into us.
I want you to come on my fingers, see, blow my hand.
Let me ask you, if you're them, the Menendez brothers, and two hot chicks said that to you,
I think
you wouldn't do it.
I think that you listen. I'll tell you this.
Now keep in mind.
No.
They've been in prison for 35 years and they had no ass.
I understand that. Here's what I'm going to say. If they want to do that, then they should go right back to jail. If they go, man, you are sick, and walk away, then they should be able to stay out of jail. That should be the test.
I wholeheartedly disagree with you.
No,
if you've been in jail for 35 years and you ain't had no ass,
and you can still come. The idea of killing your mom.
Well, if you can kill your mom, you can give about him anyway.
Yeah, but after this many years and going through what you've gone through, and you could still.
So your dilemma is 35 years of no, and two hot broads want a sickly role play versus some morals that I have for my mother that I never had to begin with.
It's just not morals. It's just the idea that you would have to visualize what you just did what you did to your mom 35 years ago. If you could come after visualizing that, I think you're still sick.
Okay.
I think there's a place where you just can't come. You can't.
All right.
Is that the show?
That
want
is
some
the
dates?
show. Nigga.
Some dates? I think we just came up with a good test, though. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so, it's you listen to this. If you listen to this on the day it comes out, again, happy Halloween. We're at the Chicago Improv. Our first night, Thursday, Halloween, we're going to be, like I said, Chicago Improv in Schaumburg, October 31st to November 3rd. November 8th, we're at the Hawaii Theater in Honolulu, one night only. November 15th to the 17th, we're at New York in West Nyack at Levity Live. That's November 15th to the 17th. November 21st to the 24th, we're going to be in Ontario, California at the Improv. November 29th, we're at Texas Trust CU Theater in Grand Prairie, Texas. December 13th to the 15th, Raleigh Improv in Cary, North Carolina. That's the 13th to the 15th. Come on out. December 19th to the 22nd, Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia. and lots of sandwiches. December 27th, Pikes Peak Center for the Performing Arts in Colorado Springs, and December 28th at the Paramount in Denver, Colorado. And on the 31st, I just want to throw that in because that was just announced. The 31st, you're going to be, we haven't decided that yet, at the, where is it,
Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne, Indiana for the New Year's show. One night. It's just the one night, right? Yeah, one night, one show?
Yeah.
It might be 2 shows in Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's on the 31st of December. Guys, that's the show. Those are the dates. The test. What do you want to call it?
I like that Eiffel Tower. I just don't know what's catchy.
I don't know either. We called the one. Didn't we call one already the Eiffel Tower because of it? Oh, we didn't. I think this is the test, though, man. Well, that's what we ended with. It was the test.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next week, guys. Chicago, if you're out there, come on out, man. We want to see you out in Schaumburg, and I'm staying for an extra day to go to the city. So if someone out there wants to, you know where I want to go? By the way, just real quick, I want to go to Mr. Beef when I'm out there. If you guys can tell me, is it worth it? Is it worth waiting in line to go to Mr. Beef? And
that beef sandwich?
Mr. Beef is the show. Is from where the show. That show that everybody's talking about, I've watched it too, and I don't know the name of it. That's on Netflix. Damn, what's the name of the show? Anyway, tell me if Mr. Beef is worth going to if you're out in that Chicago area. Let me know if I'm doing the right thing. Guys, thank you very much. See you next week.
Spears and Steinberg.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. For more information on where to find us on the internet, visit spearsburgpod.com.